India, in Delhi, on April 22, 2026, in a place called Kailash Hill where many wealthy families live, there was an apartment where a family of an Indian revenue officer resided. They were financially strong and lived a comfortable, luxurious life. The family consisted of 3 members, the husband, the wife, and their daughter, and for privacy reasons, we won't reveal her name. Their daughter was extremely bright. She had secured first rank in her 12th CBSE exams. She then prepared for IIT and successfully secured a seat in IIT Delhi. While studying there, she developed a strong interest in civil services and started seriously preparing for the UPSC exams. Every day, she would return from college in the evening and continue preparing for the UPSC exam. She was extremely disciplined and hardworking. Even people close to the family often said that it was rare to see such a sincere and focused girl. She spent most of her time studying and working towards her goal. One day she asked her father if he could arrange a separate study room for her on the terrace so she could prepare without any disturbance. Her father happily agreed and even set it up with proper comfort, including an air-conditioned space. Her parents had a routine of going to the gym at around 6 in the evening, and during that time she would go to her study room and continue studying. Everything seemed perfect and peaceful, but on April 22, 2026, something unexpected happened, something that would change everything, and that is what we are going to uncover in this video. Now let's move to Rajasthan, where a 19-year-old boy named Rahul Meena was living in a place called Rajgarh. He was an average student who had completed his BA from a local college. After finishing his studies he was mostly idle in his village, and that's when his uncle approached him with an opportunity. He told him that there was a job available in Delhi at the house of an Indian revenue officer, working as a gardener. Rahul thought about it and decided that instead of wasting time in the village, he would go to Delhi, take up the job, and later look for something better suited to his studies. In October 2025, he moved to Delhi and started working at the officer's house, earning a monthly salary of 20,000 rupees. He was very happy with the city life and his income, but during his free time, he spent most of it on his phone, and slowly he became addicted to online gaming. This addiction started costing him heavily. He began losing large amounts of money, and soon his salary was not enough to cover his losses. Eventually he fell into a debt of nearly 5 lakhs due to online gaming, and at that point, he had no idea how to handle the situation. At this point, Rahul also became part of a workers' group where he started borrowing small amounts of money from others, hoping to manage his expenses, but his problems only grew worse. He had developed several bad habits, including frequently visiting prostitutes, which drained even more of his money. Along with his online gaming addiction, his expenses kept increasing while his income remained the same. And slowly he found himself trapped in a cycle of debt, bad choices, and growing pressure, with no clear way out. Rahul had even started borrowing money from the Indian revenue officer's wife and from neighbors, which led to multiple complaints against him. The situation got so bad that the wife told her husband to remove Rahul from the job, saying he was constantly asking for money and becoming a problem. The officer agreed and told Rahul that he was no longer needed for work. Suddenly Rahul lost his job and had no idea what to do next. With no income and heavy debt, he couldn't find another job in Delhi, so he returned to Rajasthan. On the night of April 21st, he attended a wedding, but around 10:30 p.m., he suddenly went missing from the function. During this time he had been in contact with someone from his online gaming circle and had become friends with him. He knew that person's address and also knew that the man's wife would be alone at home that night, so he went there. He threatened the woman and demanded money, but she said she didn't have any. In anger he hit her on the head, causing her to collapse unconscious. After that, he behaved inappropriately with her and searched the entire house for money, but he couldn't find any because even her husband had lost money due to online gaming. Then he noticed her phone, which was expensive, so he took it. Before leaving, he threatened her again, warning her not to tell anyone. The next morning when the woman woke up, she remembered everything and immediately went to the police and filed a complaint. On the other side, Rahul sold the phone he had stolen from that woman and got around 10,000 rupees, but instead of stopping there, he planned something much bigger. He decided to target a place he already knew well, Delhi, the same house where he had previously worked. He knew the routine of the family. He knew that the parents would leave for the gym around 6 p.m. and that the daughter would be alone. With this plan in mind, at around 7:14 p.m., he entered the colony, and by 7:20 p.m. he reached the doorstep. The door was locked, but that wasn't a problem for him, because he knew exactly where the spare key was kept. After all, he had worked there for 9 to 10 months. He used the key, entered the house, and went straight to the terrace, where the daughter was alone, studying in her room. The moment she saw him, she was surprised and asked how he came there, reminding him that he had already been removed from the job. Rahul quickly lied, saying that her mother had asked him to come for some work. She also told him that her parents were not at home. Slowly he moved closer to her. Sensing something was wrong, she became nervous, and then he threatened her, demanding that she hand over all the money in the house. The girl told him that she didn't have any money and asked him to wait until her parents returned, but Rahul moved closer in anger. Inside the room there was a lamp, and in a sudden burst of rage he grabbed it and struck her on the head. She collapsed unconscious. After that he behaved inappropriately with her, and then used a charging cable to strangle her to death. He dragged her body downstairs and tried to open the locker using her fingerprint, but it didn't work because the locker was accessible only to her parents. Unaware of this, he had already committed the murder. Now panicking and not knowing what to do, he broke open the locker using tools like a hammer, and managed to take around 2 lakhs in cash along with gold and diamond jewelry worth nearly 10 lakhs. He packed everything into a bag. Since his shirt was stained with blood, he went into her brother's room and changed into a yellow shirt, and around 7:40 p.m. he left the colony. All of this was clearly captured on CCTV cameras. He initially planned to escape back to his village, but couldn't find a train, so he decided to go towards Dwarka instead. Using the stolen money he booked a taxi and then checked into an OYO room. Meanwhile, when her parents returned home, they found their daughter lying in a pool of blood, lifeless, and immediately informed the police. The police quickly reviewed the CCTV footage and traced Rahul's movements. During his escape he had even called his cousin, which helped the police track his location through signals. They followed the trail, reached the area, located the OYO room, and finally arrested him. After the arrest, Rahul was taken for detailed interrogation, and the police made him recreate the crime scene step by step. During this reconstruction, it became completely clear that he was the one who had committed the crime. With all the evidence aligning against him, he was produced in court, and when the judge asked him why he had done this, Rahul said that he did it for money. But then the judge questioned him further, asking why such brutality and assault were involved if it was only about money. Rahul had no proper answer. With CCTV footage, call records, and all other strong evidence presented against him, the court moved forward with the case, and Rahul was officially charged for his actions. Ending line. Greed and wrong choices can push a person into darkness, but in the end, the truth always comes out.